आज हम आपको ले जा रहे हैं एक वर्ल्ड फेमस टूरिस्ट स्पॉट और यहाँ हम लोग ने लास्ट मिनट बुकिंग किया था। जी हाँ, हम लोग जा रहे हैं द लूव्र म्यूजियम पेरिस में। तो चलिए मेरे साथ चलते हैं एक बहुत सुंदर से ट्रैवल डेस्टिनेशन पर, जो कि एक वर्ल्ड फेमस टूरिस्ट डेस्टिनेशन भी है। कहा जाता है कि पूरे लूव्र म्यूजियम को देखने के लिए आपको करीब 100 दिन तो लग ही जाएंगे, पर हमने ये फ़ासला तय किया सिर्फ एक दिन में। ऑफ कोर्स हम सब कुछ तो नहीं देख पाए, लेकिन जितना भी देख पाए हम आपको उसी सफ़र में ले चल रहे हैं। वैसे हम लोग प्रीवियसली डिज़नीलैंड गए थे और डिज़नीलैंड से हम चल रहे हैं लूव्र म्यूज़ियम। यहाँ पर हमने एक ऊबर बुक किया है जो कि बहुत ही कॉस्टली है, लेकिन क्या करें। हेलो एवरीवन, वी आर ऑन अ वे टू लूव्र म्यूजियम फ्रॉम डिज्नीलैंड एंड वी हैव आवर ऊबर हियर, सो we are just enjoying the highway and the view. Beautiful scene, as you can see, it's amazing. So yes, just can't wait to see Mona Lisa and all the beautiful architecture and painting and a plethora of artwork in the museum. I hope we reach soon and arrive soon. We are running a little bit late, so let's see. একটু তুললাম। Oh my god. Amazing. Hello everyone, we are finally here at one of the most prominent and one of the most famous monuments in Paris, that is the Louvre Museum. After a lot of hard work and trial work and guesswork and everything, we finally reached the Louvre Museum, Paris. And just look at the architecture. This is nothing more than, brilliance, magnificence. My good Lord, this is amazing. I think this is amazing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is beyond my expectations, to be very honest. This is spectacular. I don't have words. Seriously, I don't have words. The Louvre Museum is a national art museum in Paris. It is a central landmark of the city and it is located on the right side bank of the Seine River. It is home to some of the most canonical works of Western art, including the very world-famous Mona Lisa and the Venus de Milo. The museum is housed in Louvre Palace, originally built in the late 12th to 13th century under Philip II. Remnants of the medieval Louvre fortress are visible in the basement of the museum. The building was extended many times to form the present Louvre Palace. In 1682, Louis XIV chose the Palace of Versailles for his household, leaving the Louvre primarily as a place to display the royal collection, including from 1692, a collection of ancient Greek and Roman sculpture. During the French Revolution, the National Assembly decreed that the Louvre should be used as a museum to display the nation's masterpieces. The museum opened on 10th August 1793 with an exhibition of 537 paintings, the majority of the works being royal and confiscated church property. It is home to one of the world's most extensive collections of art, including works from diverse cultures and time periods. Visitors can view the iconic works like Mona Lisa and the Winged Victory of Samothrace, as well as pieces from ancient civilizations such as Egypt, Greece, and Rome. It also have it also has collections of decorative arts, Islamic art, and sculptures. There are basically two ways in which you can enter Louvre Museum. One, you join the queue for hours and then enter it. The second, you pre-book the tickets. Thomas Cook did not provide us with such an itinerary, so we had to book our tickets through Thrilophilia. That too, it was a last minute booking where you avoid the queue but you have to pay double the price. So, as I thought that coming to Paris and not visiting the iconic Louvre would be very disappointing. The museum is divided in these wings: Denon, Sully, and Richelieu. And on the first floor of the pyramid, there is an entrance to each of the wings. Depending on which wing interests you the most, you can enter from there and start a tour of the Louvre Museum, Paris. We started our trip from the Denon wing. The simple reason for us was that it is home to the iconic Mona Lisa. Obviously, Mona Lisa is one masterpiece that no one wants to give a miss when visiting the ancient architecture was displayed until 1824, and it's also except for Michelangelo's dying slave and rebellious slave. While we navigated towards Mona Lisa, we did visit some sections on the way, like the Greek section, the Renaissance time paintings by many of the world renowned artists, and some others. The painting collection has more than 7,500 works from the 13th century to 1848 and is managed by 12 curators who oversee the collection's display. Nearly two-thirds are by French artists, and more than 1,200 are Northern European. The Italian paintings compose most of the remnants of Francis I and Louis XIV's collections. Others are unreturned artwork from the Napoleon era, and some were bought. The collection began with Francis, who acquired works from Italian masters such as Raphael and Michelangelo, and brought Leonardo da Vinci to his court. I myself was mesmerized by looking at the gigantic, humongous oil paintings. This is incredible. All of us wish to go and behold one look of the Mona Lisa, but somehow we tend to avoid these brilliant masterpieces. And I'm sure, in addition to watching Mona Lisa, you will be bedazzled by these beautiful, magnanimous paintings. The Raft of Medusa is an oil painting of 1818 to 19 by the French Romantic painter, completed when the artist was 27, and the work has become an icon of French Romanticism. The ceiling is replete with golden carvings and portraits of beautiful painting. And then we have such beautiful oil canvas painting, and the portraits look so lifelike. Pure France oil on canvas. The Wedding Feast at Cana is a very beautiful and famous painting by Paolo Veronese, which represents the biblical story of Jesus transfiguring water into wine. This is a very different representation of the Last Supper, where tradition has been mingled with modern art. And we find something very different in this painting.
Finally have the Mona Lisa here, right? Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci. Most famous picture, world famous picture. And I can't the life like Mona Lisa. আস্তে করে এদিকে একটা the iconic Last Supper. Daddy, it's Last Supper. Hello everyone. As you can see, we are all exhausted because we are at the Louvre and we have seen the iconic Mona Lisa, which is a very medium-sized painting by Leonardo da Vinci. It is world famous and one of the iconic paintings of all times. So there's a huge queue over there to take a picture with Mona Lisa. So we avoided that queue because we thought that that's unnecessary. But yes, this place is beautiful, it is aesthetic, and people who have a taste for art, art, painting, architecture, and someone who has a very good knowledge about, European architecture and Italian painting and all, they will surely love this place. If not, you should also come here because these things are aesthetically beautiful, something that you will not get in your everyday life. So if you're coming to Paris, be sure to visit the Louvre.
এগুলো তুলছিস? আমি তুলছি না।
The Egyptian artifacts of great antiquity can be beheld in the Louvre Museum. And as you can see, the entire floor is ornamentalized with such antique Egyptian architecture and masterpieces. It's really soothing to your eyes and it is a welcome change as well. It's a great transition from the Italian and French Renaissance paintings and architecture. The Louvre Pyramid is a large glass and metal structure, and it is in the main courtyard of the Louvre Palace in Paris, surrounded by three smaller pyramids. The large pyramid serves as the main entrance to the museum. Completed in 1988 as a part of the Grand Louvre project, it has become a landmark of Paris. As we see that the entire hall of this section of the Louvre is replete with dexterous craftsmanship, particularly of the Italian Renaissance and the French sculptures as well. If you look at the dexterity and intricate details of the sculpture, you would know they are so lifelike and full of the Renaissance craftsmanship. Many of these sculptures form the world great icons. We have here a detailed torso and head of three satyrs. They are three Roman Atlantis that is supposed to be supporting a fountain at the villa in Rome. We have this exclusive Italian sculpture named Psyche Revived by Cupid's Kiss, made by Italian artist Antonio Canova. Such an enthralling example of neoclassical Italian sculpture.
ভেতরে কিন্তু অনেক টাইম নেবে।
So if you did like my channel, please hit a like button. Add your comments as to what you liked about this video. If you have been to the Louvre Museum, what was your experience? And if you want to add any suggestions as to what more you want to see, please write in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed as yet, please press the subscribe button and the bell icon to get more updates. Thank you so much to all of you for watching.